everyone. Welcome to a WebEx edition of Pit Pass. I'm your host, Tyler Scheuermann. Alongside me, or through the camera, is my co-host, Matt Bruzas. And we come to you via WebEx due to the coronavirus pandemic and social distancing. Matt, how have you been through all of this?
I've been doing pretty good, trying to stay active through all this, given the stay at home, and just trying to work through schoolwork as well. That we're getting through it. I mean, it's online, so you can't really have the face-to-face conversation with your teachers, and you're not learning it as much. So getting through it.
Yeah, same, Matt. It's definitely been a transition. It's been hard to just kind of stay up to date with the online curriculum, but I've recently just got Netflix and have pretty much I've finished the Tiger King series that which the world is everyone in the world is talking about. So that was very, very controversial. But let's get right into the news. Let's waste no more time here. Beginning of the month, NASCAR announced that they would delay the implementation of the next gen car until 2022 due to the COVID-19 pandemic. NASCAR Senior Vice President of Racing Innovation, John Probst, released a statement that said, and I quote, "Due to challenges related to the coronavirus pandemic, the debut of the next-gen car will be delayed until 2022. The decision was made in collaboration with the OEMs and team owners. We will continue to develop the next-gen car, and a revised testing timeline will be shared when more information is available." So that's really significant with the delaying of probably arguably the most important car in the history of NASCAR that everyone seems to be talking about.
Yeah, this also has a very impactful for the financial reasons as well. They lost sponsorship money due to the crisis, and it's been deferred to when races begin. But this is a very vulnerable situation. They've had jobs lost. They've had vendors not be able to get the parts in. And they would have had more manufacturers and more money pumped into this car. But since the shutdown, they haven't been able to. And this would have been also a bigger payroll for NASCAR and to get more cars and more specs of the cars, more different cars. And I think this was just they had to get all the materials in by early June, and they weren't able to do it. So that's why they had to postpone it.
And do you think this is the right call by NASCAR? This obviously gives them a more time to get the car right, and they're being very delicate with this. They're not taking any chances. Do you think this is the right call?
Yeah, I think it is the right call, and I think it's the right call for keeping everyone safe and keeping all the workers in mind. And I think that that's first and foremost. You have to make sure that the workers are healthy, the engineers are healthy, all the teams, all the pit crew members, they're healthy and first and foremost. And then you have to worry about the car, and then you have to worry about getting it ready and getting it ready for next year's, obviously not next year's race, but then you have to make sure that then you keep the fans in mind, because I think that this would be the exciting time for fans. Now that it's postponed, you know that you have to have something to look forward to, and I think it'll keep the interest in mind for the fans.
And NASCAR, they pretty much have postponed all races through May through Martinsville, but they have still planned and stated that they're planning on running all 36 races as of now. Nothing is as certain, but the sport was scheduled to run at Martinsville on Mother's Day weekend, but Virginia has implemented the stay-at-home clause through June. How will NASCAR be able to make up some of these missed races if they do resume in May? A lot of people are saying they could do double headers or have 2 races per week, one on the weekday and then one, the normally scheduled one, staying on the weekend.
Yeah, I would prefer, in my opinion, that they would do 2 races per week. And then I think that you can't, I mean, it's very challenging to do 1 race, let alone 2 races in a single day. It takes a tremendous toll on your body, all the G-force, all the the energy you put into a race, the strategy you put into a race, and then you got to go and you got to turn around and do another race right back. And I think that especially for the drivers, you got to keep the integrity of the sport intact, and you have to make sure that you keep the drivers also at the forehand for their safety as well.
We're going to take a quick pit stop, but don't go anywhere as you're watching Pit Pass WebEx Edition on UWW-TV.
At the University Bookstore, we have an excellent selection of competitively priced books and classroom necessities for students. We have Warhawk gear ranging from athletic apparel to comfy sweatshirts the whole family can enjoy. The textbook rental service is also available for students to check out their required readings for class. You can also find and order books, apparel, and gift items from our online catalog, located at uwwhitewaterbookstore.com. The University Bookstore. We provide for your college experiences.
UWW-TV has been an important part of the campus and community since 1980.
Not only providing on-air learning opportunities for broadcast journalists and electronic media production students,
but educating and entertaining our audiences with award-winning news, live sports coverage, original programming,
as well as dedicating the mission to developing creative collaborations throughout campus.
For more information, visit our website, our 24/7 stream, and like us on Facebook.
Check us out because you gotta see what's on UWW-TV.
UW Whitewater Athletics, a relentless pursuit of excellence across 22 sports, powered by a tradition of success. 20 national championships, 17 since 2002. 61 individual national titles. 24 National Athletes of the Year. 616 All-Americans. 115 Conference Scholar Athletes of the Year. 1,500 community service hours annually. Be a part of the tradition and join the Warhawk family.
Welcome back to Pit Pass. Let's talk about the Pro Invitational Series race at virtual Bristol Motor Speedway. William Byron dominated the race, won his heat race, started on the pole, led 116 laps, finally got that win after two close calls at Homestead and Texas. He started racing on iRacing when he was a teenager, managing to collect over 100 wins in a span of a couple seasons. Big win for William Byron.
Yeah, he beat out Benedetto Nemechek, who came very close to taking the win. But Byron said after the race, it was a lot of fun. We had to work through track position and keep ourselves up forward to the top five. This was one of the racetracks I enjoy coming to in the Cup car. It's fun to have a little bit of pressure on a race in iRacing, and it just shows that these drivers take it seriously like it's a normal race, and they put a lot of effort into it. They put the same strategy they do, and it creates a lot of drama and entertainment for NASCAR fans to watch.
Talk about drama and entertainment. Larson versus Suarez. Larson was involved in multiple incidents in the race, most notably being against Daniel Suarez. Larson and Suarez got together coming out of turn 4 at the halfway point of the race. The caution flew. Larson intentionally wrecked Suarez during the caution. This was payback by Larson for an earlier incident in the race. And Daniel Suarez said, "If this was real life, my amigo would get his butt kicked." What do you think about that, Matt?
Yeah, I just think that Larson's been going at it. Larson and Suarez. Suarez has been going at drivers for his whole career. He's been known for that, and I think this just creates to the intensity of the iRacing, and I think it's why it's been drawing so much attention to the races, and that you create an interest around, you create drama, you create social media, you create a heat or a beef between drivers, and you keep that interest going through this pandemic.
And other drama that occurred early in the race, after 10 laps, Bubba Wallace rage quit after he tangled with Clint Boyer. Boyer was comical, stating that he got Bubba and now he needs a beer after that incident. But then Bubba Wallace, he was not happy. He was ticked. He's like, "All right, have a good one. That's why I don't take this blank seriously. Peace out." He rage quit. finished last in the race, and his sponsor, Blue Moo, they were not happy, and they actually dropped Suarez after the race.
Yeah, they're actually they're in talks with him of getting his sponsorship back when the races continue. But I think, again, it just adds to drama and conflicts that arise between these iRaces. And again, it's great for the fans.
Before we go, Matt, I'd like to get your final thoughts and predictions for the upcoming e-races at Richmond and Talladega. Who do you have?
At Richmond, I've got Johnny Machek. He coming off a second at Bristol, led 10 laps at Texas. I think he gets the job done at Richmond. He's been poised to get a victory, and I think he gets it this weekend at Richmond. And in Talladega, I'm going to go with Matt DiBenedetto. I think he's been a bit of an underdog in these iRaces series. 11th at Homestead, 15th at Texas, and a 5th at Bristol. I think he gets a top 10 finish at Richmond, and I think he pulls through the victory lane at Talladega.
Yeah, for Richmond, I'm going based on real life stats. I'm going with Kyle Busch on this one. He hasn't had too much success with these first 3 iRace invitationals, but he's in real life, he's got 2 wins in the last 4 races there, a career average finish of 6.79 and 6 wins, including 4 straight Richmond Spring wins from 2009 to 2012. And for Talladega, I'm going with his older brother, Kurt Busch. Hasn't had much success on iRacing either, but he's been one of the best super speedway racers in real life. Will do anything to win. Will bring back either the steering wheel and the trophy. He's a former winner at the Daytona 500. Has a pole at Talladega in the fall of 2018. And he also won an IROC race down there back in 2003 that helped propel him to that series championship later that season at Indy. That will do it for us on this WebEx edition of Pit Pass on UWW-TV. For Matt Bruzas and myself, Tyler Scheuermann, thank you for watching, and always remember to keep the finish in mind.